in. But we could practice this C change going to G just using these two fingers, and I like that exercise because now it's teaching you that finger 2 has to get all the way up here, frets 3 on string 6, while finger 1 has to get to string 5. So that's a great one to take 3 out of the way from your C chord and just do this a little bit. Great exercise to build dexterity in your hand fast. You guys, I spent years just trying to change chords and trying to make changes. It took me forever, and then trying to hit on the beat when I got in the studio, I couldn't do any of that stuff. I want to teach you guys all that so you can get through it early, and there's so much to learn on guitar. Let's get through the basics really quick by using this method. So yeah, this is great for, this is really an A minor 7. It looks a lot like C without this finger. This finger now makes it look like C. When I take that off, this is really an A minor 7 chord. It starts in the Tragically Hip song, I forget, Bob Cajun. Yeah, Bob Cajun, I think it goes. Yeah, so that's a bit of Bob Cajun going from G to A minor 7. But we're working on trying to get from a C chord to a G. That's basically what we're trying to do. And so this is the first start. We think of a C chord, and let's get 3 out of the way and just let's focus on these two jumping back. Now when I teach students this, they're like, well, you're not really teaching your hand too much when you're going that fast, because what you want to do is you're teaching your mind and your hands what you want it to do. And the slower you go, the more time that your brain has to log this in the muscle memory. So I would hold for a bit. I'd be like 1, 2, 3, and then I'm thinking about my change, 4 and 1. Now I'm thinking about getting back to G and counting at the same time, 3, 4 and G, 2, 3, 4, and back to A minor 7 in this case. We're not playing a C yet. 3, 4, and you get these guys kind of moving pretty good. Maybe we should try to add our third finger for our C, and then come back with just these two. Well, we're using just these two. We'd like to get our full G eventually, so let's make sure these guys aren't tucked away behind the guitar neck or they're hanging out here. Try to keep them bent and close to those two strings. I know that it won't, your fingers won't do it right away, but the more you're aware of all this stuff and you're thinking about it while you practice, the quicker your fingers learn where you want them to be situated. So if I'm practicing just the top two fingers, and don't forget, let finger 2 hang over the top a little bit so you clear this 5th string. I notice a lot of times when people come in, they're right on the tip here, and the skin of finger 2 is catching this note. So make sure that we got it like that, and we're not catching this string 4 or 5 with these fingers, because there's finger 1 now touching 4. Remember, always have your wrist forward too, right? You don't have to kill it or break your wrist. Some people, I say that to, and they're like this. Well, now you're rolling your fingertips right off the string. There is a fine line where we don't want to be like this because our fingers are rolling off the string. Too much this way, our fingers are rolling up off the string. Just perfectly where the center of your fingertip sits on the string like that. This is a beautiful exercise to help get from C to G and G to C, because there's a lot of fast songs where we get this. That's like, for my day, comes from a Who song, but there's a lot of songs that use that still. That's where they're using the 3-finger G and teaching these guys to come down quick. That's another way of playing G. Most common one I see is getting from here to here and then C to G. That's used in a lot of songs. So this is your trick on helping your hand get through it. Spend 5 minutes a day at it, and if you have more time, even better. And always thinking ahead. So if we're on G, we're thinking about C. If we're on C, we're thinking about G. When we're on G, we're thinking about finger 3 going up to 5 first. Well, these two get kicked out of the way and come down for C. When we're thinking about G, we're thinking about 1 and 2 moving up first, kicking this guy down to here. Does take a while. When I'm on my G chord, I'm actually pulling my finger down like this. I'm not moving my hand, I'm just using my finger knuckle and pulling it back to there and then pushing it up. So hopefully you see that, where it's just like I'm bending my knuckles to come way down, pulling them into the palm of my hand, and then pushing them out from the palm. Alright guys, I'll count us in really slow. We're going to be on G, thinking about C. After 2 times, we're going to strum 4 times down times 2. I'm going to count to 4 twice and then make a change, in other words. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. 1. Now we're thinking about C. 2. Finger 3 going up to 5. 4, 3 and 4 and 1. Now if you can't get finger 1 there in time, just get these 2. 3, 4. 4 more. 1. And I know finger 1's got to get up there to the top with finger 2. 3, 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now we're getting ready for C, so I'm thinking about finger 3 coming from string 2 all the way up to string 5. 4, and 1. It's okay if you miss. Try to line them up while we're still strumming, and keep your right hand strumming. 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to C. Alright guys, I hope that really helps you work on your changes. Those are the exercises I would do every day, 10 minutes a day. So make sure that when we're coming from G, we can use all 4 fingers and teach these guys to come up first and then land all 3 together, and then the other way, pushing 1 and 2 up while bringing 3 and 4 down. That really is helpful, and it's still hard to do, but the more you do that, the quicker you're going to learn your changes. And don't forget to try and do your G with these 2 fingers, 2, 3, and 4, and try to make them do this. Lots of ways to play and make our changes for different songs.